Hi everyone, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's christinamarialeifsdotter and I'm here to do a reading for precious Pisces. The moon's in Aries. I had to check because I'm so aggressive and I'm so angry, and that explains it a little bit. New moon tomorrow, also in Aries. So I'll do my best to shape up and handle it a bit better. But the new moon is the moon for manifestation. So maybe I should manifest a gentler humor, less temperament. I have a lot of fire in me as well, though not Aries. Anywho, let's get on with the reading. In the pre-shuffle, this gentleman fell out, King of Swords. So he should be a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. Or if you know who he is, he should have a lot of that in his chart. We'll take a closer look at him. We might get the explanation in the actual reading in a few minutes. In the meantime, I'd like to tell you about the Oracle cards and the Path of the Soul. You got the Royal Order. I like that because maybe, I don't know, I'm a royalist. I love royalty because I love gossip, and I feel a little bit sorry for them. I think they have a very difficult life, but they have the serious ones, and Prince Philip certainly was. So I feel like crying when I think about it. How can you devote 73 years to marriage and public service, everything in the public sphere? I think he was fabulous, and he was a cheeky old chap, and I think he was quite fabulous. So maybe you're a royalist too, because that's what I felt when I saw that card. And in the yogic path, you got Buddhi. I'll have to put my glasses on so I can see what it means. It stands for inner wisdom and intellect. You're onto something here, Pisces. And I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you now, during the reading, if you have any questions about the reading or a question that you would like for me to look at, just post it in the description box. And after the reading, I'll be happy to do my best to answer it. Okay, let's get on with it. So for the last time, Spirit, what would you like precious Pisces to know? Pisces, precious Pisces, the most spiritual of us all, the most developed, the oldest soul of us all. In any case, doing a reading for you guys always puts me in a better mood. I've been so angry. Now I'm happy, focusing on you instead of my own problems. That's the key. But I do see a bit of a conflict here around you, Pisces, and I see you, Prince of Cups, which is the symbol for a young man in Pisces. So you should be 27, 28, or down to the age of 20. So something has happened, and it's too early for me to tell if that has to do with internal conflicts, or if you are in a conflict with somebody else. But we also have a mature Pisces here. Here we have him, the King of Cups. But you come up in the reverse, for whatever reason that might be. But I do see that you're in a big period of transformation. A lot of us are at the moment. That's why we get so bloody angry, some of us as well. Can't deal with the moon in Aries. We go off the rails. So I don't know at this stage if you're connected. You might be father and son, or you might be lovers. But we'll check it out. Sorry about having to dab my nose. Allergy. It's very weird. It's not like a cold, you know. It's like turning a tap on. It just runs. It's very delicate. Let's see here now. We'll start by looking at the young man. Oh, he's setting limits. So this conflict has to do with somebody else. A woman, probably his mother. But he's also healing. Oh, this is sad on the one hand. On the other hand, it shows what an amazing character you are, young man, because let's see if I can show them all to you. This is you setting limits. Sacrifice in reverse, setting limits. And then this card came up, the Three of Swords in reverse. That tells me that you're healing. And then the next card is the Queen of Swords. That's when I said it's your mother. And then they also give me the use and abuse, dependency and codependency card, Four of Cups, which tells me that possibly your mother has had drug and alcohol problems, or at least she's been a very abusive personality. But you're managing to leave all that behind, talking about your experience, and you know what? And getting wiser. Communicating. When we've grown up in dysfunctional families, we tend to shut up about it. That's part of our own dysfunction that we take on board as we grow up. I grew up with an alcoholic father, and I guess we were lucky. We were not physically abused or anything like that, but there was quite a lot of psychological abuse. In the name of truth, that should come out. What we all have in common is a strong need, imagined or otherwise, to protect. So we don't tell anybody. We don't go to our best friend. I had a boyfriend who was actually a drug addict, which is sort of part of the parcel. You grow up with an addictive parent, you're going to look for a partner that has a similar dysfunction. That was my last drug addict boyfriend, though, I'm happy to say. I learned a lot. But I'm digressing, because what I wanted to say was that I didn't even tell him. This was in my teens, so I was still living at home. And I didn't even tell this guy, bless his soul, that my father was an alcoholic. I spoke to nobody about it. And that's really typical, because we grow up feeling an unbelievable sense of shame and sense of guilt. And if you've ever seen the hierarchy of emotion that's been posted by Hawken, I don't know what he is professionally, but he's made a scale of emotion. The thing that's really interesting about this scale is that out of these, I think there's 14, I have it here, for goodness sake. Yes. Have a look at this, guys. Now, it's not complete, but I can tell you this is the top. This is the spiritual enlightenment. It's a scale of emotion, right? A hierarchy of emotion. And when we're here, we're shame and we're guilt, the one above them. So these emotions are totally destructive and totally not constructive. Destructive and not constructive. They don't help us at all. They damage us. And so I'm so impressed by you, young man, because you're opening up about it. And I think that's the key to you healing. That's the whole key. That's the whole thing. Congratulations and well done, because it's not easy. It's really not easy. Let's continue. Yes. I do see that there are tendencies to depression in your family. This card here tells me that. It's the Nine of Swords, and It's all about, well, at best, the Nine of Swords talks about as being very, very tired or exhausted. And at worst, it's about depression and anxiety. And of course, that's often the problem at the root of people abusing substances to escape those heavy duty feelings, shame and guilt, maybe too. And I think this is your sister. And she's the one that's struggling at the moment with this depression. And it comes from your family. So I hope that a large part of your communication is between you siblings so that she can also heal from this situation. Look at this. The moon. That's the mother. Balance. So you're taking back your power. Well done. An alcoholic or a drug addict is not an evil person. They just fucked up, and they fuck us up in the process. But that doesn't mean that they do it with intention. It doesn't mean that they're evil. It means that they're sick. It is a disease. It's classified, addiction is classified as a disease. And we're tainted with that disease if we grow up in that kind of a family. But this shows perfectly well that you are gaining balance in your situation with your mother. And I think that's brilliant. Yeah, you're quite a fiery little one, aren't you? Maybe you have your moon in Aries. Who knows? But you have a lot of fire there. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I think, at least for the moment, you're not in communication with your mother. So you probably need to take some time out. That's fine. That's really good. I'm going to look at the King of Swords here now, because I don't know if he has to do with you or if he has to do with the King of Cups here. So before I look closer at the King of Cups, I want to look at him. They say it's not really time yet. Well, what's not really time yet? A new start, happiness. I think he has to do with the King of Cups here. No, he's not. Or else he is. Oh, I don't understand this. I'm confused. What they talk about with the King of Swords here is that he's on his way into a new life cycle, which could be you. But then on the other hand, they talk about partnership, a woman in staves reversed. This one, the Three of Cups, possibly, because that's a card of celebration of three generations celebrating, and three generations celebrating. If that has to do with a possible future relationship for your mother, I'm really not sure. I'll just leave it. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to what do you call it? I'll just leave it, and I'll go on to the King of Cups here now. Oh, the King of Cups is about to become a father. He's in a bit of a conundrum, but look at this. Here's the pregnancy, and here's the daughter. I don't know if you know that you're about to be father to a daughter. In any case, you will. And she will, of course, arrive as either a Miss Gemini or Miss Libra. We'll see. You will see. I won't be there. And that's the big transformation, of course. Possibly, yeah, I think this is the mother, also a Queen of Cups. And I think possibly you don't know each other that well. Possibly you haven't been together all that long. But so it's a bit like becoming a father against your will. But if you've managed to create it, you have to manage to be responsible for the consequences as well. And I think this will work out really well anyway. And possibly this is what marriage is about. I can't really put it in. Well, I guess I can in a way, because this man, the King of Swords, is also the symbol of a man who's quite cold and non-emotional. That's not how you would describe your typical Pisces. But on the other hand, the King of Cups here comes up in the reverse. So it could very well be that momentarily, as the Americans say, you are cold and unaffected and pissed off about becoming a father. But with time, this is the outcome. Because what comes up here, we saw also the mother's a bit out of whack, right? But this is very karmic, and with time, a great love will grow between you parents. And I think that's what we see here. And the celebration of the generations when the baby comes, here's the mother still out of whack, but you will make this work. And I think that's very nice to see. And I say congratulations. Yeah, because you don't find it very good at the moment, but you will change your mind. When that little bubba comes, you'll be sold. And you will want to be with the mother as well, and you will want to care for them both. That was it from the tarot. Let's have a look at the oracle cards. The Royal Order, I remember it still. I never remember it normally. In the Path of the Soul, we play important roles in each other's lives. We aid each other on the journey to oneness and ascension. Before we can play an integral role in helping others, we have to first take care of ourselves. Now, this is interesting. The first part is like it's for the father to be, and the second part is like Prince taking care of himself. You have to accept that I hope you can accept that these messages are for the two of you, and you just pick what's relevant. The Royal Order is about keeping within the divine order of life. Be sure to care for this physical vessel that is you. It needs to run and function properly. You have an important part to play in the lives of others. So make sure you take care of yourself first. That's so true, though. Can't help others unless we help ourselves first. A good symbol for that is the fact that when we're in the airplanes, we get instructed that if the oxygen supply in the plane runs low and the oxygen masks come down, we put it on ourselves first and then on our children. It's a good thing to have in mind, I think. And in the yogic path, you've got Buddhi, inner wisdom and intellect. Wise one, you're now remembering what you were born with, all the answers that you are seeking. You have realized life is not about learning, but rather relearning, letting go of the illusions so we can remember our innate solutions. You have silenced the chattering of the mind to allow the whispers of the soul to speak, and are now beginning to truly read the vast textbooks that exist inside you. This is the time to rewrite your story, authored by the greater wisdom of your soul, Buddhi. All right, so that was it. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to have your own reading with me, totally doable. Get in contact on the email below. And in the meantime, please, if you would consider liking, sharing, and possibly even subscribing to my channel. I would be very happy indeed. In the meantime, love and light.